Fala aí, pessoal do Play, Vinícius Sobral aqui, e hoje eu tô com o prazer de conversar com o Buddy Valastro. Ele tá vindo aqui pro Brasil para divulgar Cake Dynasty, a nova série dele, junto com Lifetime, a nova casa dele. Vocês vão poder assistir essa estreia a partir do dia 11. So, Buddy, it's a pleasure to have you here in Brazil. I'm a huge fan of your work.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine.
So, Buddy, how does it feel to you to return to this reality TV format, especially now with a greater focus on your children?
Well, look, just being able to do Cake Dynasty is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, but we haven't been able to do because, me and my wife always kept our kids on TV, but just a little bit. We
Yeah,
never
I
wanted them
remember
to
that.
be fully on. If you watch old episodes of Cake Boss, you see very few
Yeah.
glimpses of them on it. And what we wanted to do for this was we wanted to wait till they were older to have an honest conversation with them, lay the cards on the table, tell them the good and the bad that has to do with it. And that's what we did. We had a family meeting. We laid the cards on the table and we said, is there something you want to do? And they said, yeah. So now that gave me an ability to open another door in my life to give to the viewers.
Yeah.
Right. And also too, my kids have made decisions that they really want to come into the business. They're old enough to start to kind of say, like, I've never forced them to say, you have to do
This is
this.
good.
It was always, I've been asked this question a million times, but now they want to be in the family business. So this is a way for me to showcase what's really going on in my life, really open a door to my home, to my kids, and to the succession of what the next 10 or 20 years is going to be with Carlo's Bakery.
Yeah, this is good. And do you enjoy watching yourself on reality shows? And what are your thoughts when you see yourself on TV?
Partnering with Lifetime has been amazing because they really want authenticity. It's always scary with TV because you want to show the truth, right? And when you have a partner like Lifetime that wants to showcase exactly what's going on, not make up stories, it makes me feel right. It makes me feel like I want to show you what's going on in my life, the cakes that are going on this week, the problems or the struggles with my kids. There's a lot of things that happen on the show that are probably a lot of people in life have the same problems. Like one of the issues on the show this season is my son, Buddy Jr., doesn't want to go to college. He just wants to come to work, right? And my wife is dead set against him. She's like, you're going to college. I've had you in school and everything else. And me, I actually respect my son for saying that he doesn't want to go to college because, well, I'm not proud of the fact that I'm a high school dropout and that I've made what I made of myself. And he throws that in my face. Well, you didn't go to college, so why do I have to? But he says, if I'm just going to come into the family business, for me to just go away and party and I don't like school, like he's identifying that.
Yeah.
He's saying that, like, I just don't want to go for a party. I'll come help you, Dad. I know you need the help and work. So I give him a lot of credit for that. And we'll see how it turns out. But, inevitably it's his decision. I can't make that decision for him.
Yeah. This is good.
But there's a lot of people that have kids that are on the fence, and I don't believe that college is for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I believe that if you're into it and you want to study to be a doctor or you want to study to be something else, then it's a different situation. But, just to go and party, I give him a lot of credit to say, like, hey, that he put it out there that way.
This is good. And what was the most challenging cake you had to make in this season? And did your kids help you with that challenge?
Yes, actually, the biggest cake this season on Cake Dynasty was carousel cake. It was like a carnival ride, a swing carousel. And my kids made it. It had a spin. It lit up. It was gigantic. And, that was one of the things that I wanted them to see, because I wanted them to see impossibilities, right? You start with a dream. How are we going to make this cake? And it's going to be gigantic, and it's going to spin, and it's going to light up, okay? And then you come up with a plan, and then you get into the first day, and you're working 18 hours on it, and you're tired, and you want to go home, and, you know, the wire snapped or something happens. But, you know, that's where it shows who you are as a person, right? Do you say, it ain't going to light up and quit? Or do you go and rip it apart and do it? And, you know, you push and you push and you push. And when you push at the end, when you look at the success of what you did, it gives you a feeling of self-worth that I want my kids to have. And I want people to watch it and be inspired to follow their dreams and push themselves to go over the top, because that's what makes me who I am. And it's not because I'm doing it for TV. I'm doing it because that's in my DNA. I'm a problem solver, and I don't give up. No matter what. I'll die before I give up. That's the way I'm programmed. So, you know, it's fun to it sucks, but it's fun, right? Because it's a lot of work, and you're tired, and you know, I remember telling my kids during Cake Dynasty, I promise, I know how tired you are, and your back hurts, and you're this and you're that, but when that cake stands there and people are amazed and it's doing everything that you set out to be, it'll all make it worth it.
Yeah, the end of the day, your heart's feeling okay
That's
with
it.
that.
You feel content.
Yeah. So I have a challenge for you.
Please.
What Brazilian dessert is your favorite? And if you had to create a dessert inspired by a traditional Brazilian dish, which one will you choose?
Wow. Well, I mean, listen, the brigadeiro is always, you know, the classic, right? It's the most common. We actually turned the brigadeiro into a cake slice here, which is nice because I think the little bit of cake mixed with the brigadeiro filling actually gives it a little bit more texture and depth. But my favorite traditional Brazilian dessert is like the grandma cake.
Yeah.
So like, you know, that's something that's just like near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite out of all the ones that I've had.
So I know you started bake with your dad. So how do you feel when you're cooking with your kids?
Well, I feel amazing cooking with my kids and teaching them. But the thing that I never got to do with my dad is build this. Like, me and my dad had a dream to make this bakery a household name. Unfortunately, he passed away. And I know he's up in heaven looking down, watching. But now I have an opportunity. And I tell my kids all the time, like, look at what we can do together. Where do we want to be? Like, you know, we can do this, or we could do this, and we could do this. And it's just a matter of, like, not everybody always has those opportunities in life, but being able to build something enormous or great or crazy and doing it with your kids, it's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, imagine that. And what the craziest cake you ever had to make?
I've made a lot of crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
A lot of crazy ones. I mean, the toilet bowl was probably one of the craziest, but you know, the transformer cake was up there on craziness. You know, this wicked cake on Cake Dynasty definitely is pretty wicked in its own way. But you know, over the years, each cake has got its own ups and downs and its own special place in my heart. So
this is good. And can you share with us a little behind of the scenes moment about this new show? What is funny?
Well, honestly, I think the funniest person in Cake Dynasty is my son Marco, who's 17 years old. And you'll see glimpses of him in the show. He learns how to drive because he's getting his license, so he's got his permit, and I let him drive with Uncle Danny. And Uncle Danny teaches him how to drive the truck to bring the cakes. It's pretty funny stuff of Uncle Danny teaching Marco how to drive. I think that's real funny. We're a fun family. Like, We
Yeah.
joke around. We play pranks on each other. So I played some good pranks on my sons. They got me back. You know, not that I'm not going to get them back because I am, but there'll be some of that as well.
This is good. And can you tell more to the fans about Cake Dynasty and invite a message to them?
Yeah, I want everybody to come see Cake Dynasty on Lifetime. I think that I want people to watch a show and be inspired, you know, to follow their dreams, inspired to work with their family, connect with some of the issues and things that we have going on, you know, in our lives. You know, so you're gonna see everything from
I'm excited to see.
dating, you know, who the kids are dating, to making cakes, to this, to that. You know, it's pretty wild. Yeah, listen, anybody who's got kids that are in my age bracket are gonna relate with friends and things and parties and you know, the whole thing that we us as parents have to deal with.
Yeah, and you are exciting to the people to see this in a reality show.
I am really excited, especially here in Brazil, because Brazil's like a second home to me. So I know the Brazilian fans are really gonna enjoy the show.
Yeah, so, Buddy, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here in Brazil. I'm a huge fan of your work.
Oh,
It's
thank you.
My first interview in English, so
You did very good.
Yeah, so
You did
thank
good.
you for that. Thank you so much.
Muito obrigado.
Yeah, muito obrigado a você.